In November of 2024, you tweet, don't you?
I'm not sure what the current terminology is for it, but yes, I am sometimes on the social platform that was formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, you're on a lot, aren't you?
I'm not sure what the relevance of that is.
You try to be provocative on there, don't you?
Again, I'm not sure what the relevance
Well,
of this question
let me
is.
show you the relevance. On November 7th, 2024, from your tweet, here's one of your tweets at 2:41 p.m. Quote, "The majority of Americans hate women. The majority of Americans hate women more than they love anything, including democracy." Close quote. Did I read that correctly?
I am not sure what this has to do with the subject matter of this.
Did you say it?
I do not have those words in front of me. I probably said something along those lines, but
Yeah,
what is
you
the
said it.
relevance
Here
of that
it
to
is,
this
big as
hearing?
Dallas, right there.
Patriots. Today I watched a Senate exchange so chaotic it made the DMV look organized. Before we jump in, go ahead and hit like, smash subscribe, and ring that bell like you're waking up the entire neighborhood during the 4th of July parade. Stick around till the end, because I've got a political proverb for you. When the left can't defend their arguments, they blame the Supreme Court.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I apologize for having to miss the testimony of some of you, and I appreciate you coming today. Professor Franks, let me ask you, I listened to your and Ms. Hemingway's testimony and Professor Turley's, so I got part of it. As I understand it, your position, Professor Franks, is that, I think you used the word myth. It is a myth that the Biden administration used government to compel speech, private speech, but that the Trump administration is doing that. Is that a fair characterization?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Do you think perhaps you're allowing your personal political beliefs to affect your objectivity here?
No, I do not. What is guiding my answers here is that I'm looking to see what the Supreme Court has said. You notice that in the testimony about the censorship industrial complex.
I got that part.
No,
I got that part. No, but I've only got 5 minutes. Your answer is no, as I appreciate it. Let me ask you a couple questions. You wrote a law review article in December of 2023 for the New York University Law Review, and it was about the two cases, Bruin, Supreme Court case, and Dobbs. Remember that article?
Yes, I do.
Okay. In this article, you said, I'm going to quote your words, "Taken together, these two cases demonstrate that the Supreme Court has embraced the use of the Constitution as a tool of racial patriarchy," end quote. Did you say that?
Yes.
Okay. And then you went on to say, quote, "When the Supreme Court declares that there is a constitutional right to armed self-defense in public, it openly embraces and promotes a culture that privileges white men's ability to terrorize and kill those that they perceive as threats," close quote. Did I read that correctly?
I believe so. Thank you for reading.
Okay. And did you also say in that article, I'm going to quote again, quote, "By simultaneously expanding white men's right to kill and constricting women's right not to die, this Supreme Court," referring to the current United States Supreme Court, "has turned the Constitution into a homicide pact as well," close quote. Did you write that?
That sounds like me.
Okay. In November of 2024, you tweet, don't you?
I'm not sure what the current terminology is for it, but yes, I am sometimes on the social platform that was formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, you're on a lot, aren't you?
I'm not sure what the relevance of that is.
You try to be provocative on there, don't you?
Again, I'm not sure what the relevance
Well,
of this question
let me
is.
show you the relevance. On November 7th, 2024, from your tweet, here's one of your tweets at 2:41 p.m. Quote, "The majority of Americans hate women. The majority of Americans hate women more than they love anything, including democracy," close quote. Did I read that correctly?
I am not sure what this has to do with the subject matter of this
Did you
hearing.
say it?
I do not have those words in front of me. I probably said something along those lines, but
Yeah,
what is
you
the
said it.
relevance of
Here
that
it
to
is,
this
big as
hearing?
Dallas, right there.
Yes.
But your political beliefs don't impact your feelings about President Biden or President Trump.
I don't have feelings about either of them. What I have
Sounds
is
to me like your favorite feeling is anger. Let me ask you this. You issued another tweet. This was in May of 2022. You've just been tweeting up a storm. You said, quote, "There's a reason why the conservative-dominated Supreme Court thinks the Constitution does not contain a right to an abortion, but is convinced that it contains an individual right to possess firearms. And that reason is white male supremacy," close quote. Did I read that correctly?
Is there a question in this?
Did I read that correctly? That's
Is there
my
a question that is relevant to this hearing?
Did I read that correctly? Do you really think that the United States Supreme Court, you're an officer of the court, is guided by white male supremacy?
I believe that the First Amendment prohibits the president
Did you
other
say
state
that?
officials for punishing people for
Did
their
you honestly say that, Professor?
I
And you
believe
expect us,
that the First
as a
Amendment-
Democratic witness, to take you seriously? Are you kidding me?
I believe that you should take
You
the First
heard of
Amendment
curb your
seriously, sir.
enthusiasm? Here's my saying, curb my nausea.
I
Thank
believe
you.
that you should
The
take
time
the First
has expired.
Amendment
Thank
seriously.
you. Senator Durbin.
All right, folks, gather round, because Senator Kennedy just turned a routine hearing into a masterclass on how to professionally roast someone using nothing but their own resume and Twitter history. We start with Professor Franks, who insists with a straight face that the Biden administration never pressured private companies about speech, but somehow the Trump administration did. Sure. And I'm the unofficial spokesperson for the Space Force. Kennedy asks the obvious question: are your personal political beliefs clouding your judgment? And she gives the classic Beltway answer: no. Always no. Even when the receipts are thicker than the IRS tax code. So Kennedy, being the gentleman he is, pulls out those receipts. First up, her law review article. This woman wrote, voluntarily, mind you, that the Constitution is being used as a tool of racial patriarchy. Not metaphorically, not jokingly. Literally said the Supreme Court is promoting a culture where white men terrorize people by affirming gun rights. Folks, I've seen horror movies with more subtle scripts, but it gets even better. Kennedy goes full archaeologist and digs into her Twitter feed because nothing reveals the soul like 280 characters of pure rage. He reads her tweet: "The majority of Americans hate women." The majority, as in over 150 million people. Apparently, Franks believes she's living in A Handmaid's Tale, but with more Wi-Fi. She dodges the question like she's in the Olympics. I'm not sure what this has to do with the hearing. Well, Professor, when you're testifying as a neutral expert on the Constitution, and your public hobby is accusing half the country of being misogynistic cavemen, it's relevant. Then he hits her with another tweet accusing the Supreme Court of acting under white male supremacy. Imagine being an attorney, officer of the court, and saying the highest court in the land is basically a hate group. But don't worry, she assures everyone she's objective. Of course she is. And my dog writes tax law in his free time. Kennedy finally gets fed up and drops the iconic line. You ever heard of curb your enthusiasm? Well, I've got a phrase for this. Curb my nausea. Folks, I felt that in my soul. And right when the fireworks were getting good, Senator Durbin swoops in like the referee stopping the fight because one boxer is already face down on the mat. So what did we learn today? That some people claim to be unbiased experts while also publicly accusing America of misogyny, racism, and whatever other ism fits the mood that day. That the Supreme Court is simultaneously a sacred institution, unless it rules in a way the left doesn't like. And that Senator Kennedy is one more nonsense hearing away from single-handedly rewriting the comedy genre. Let me know in the comments. Should someone with that level of open contempt for Americans be advising Congress on constitutional rights? Smash like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs a little sanity sprinkled on their day. Stay loud. Stay proud. Stay patriotic.